Hello everyone, I hope you're doing really well today. I am Pierrette and I am the owner and broker in charge of my company, Rouleau Real Estate Group. And today is Thursday, October 27th, and I really have to say it is another gorgeous day in the mountains of North Carolina, and I want to get out in it for a bit. So I am going to get right to answering our question, is the market slowing, by looking at our third set of statistical data. Remember that we were going to look at 5 different sets of statistical data to answer this question, is the market slowing? Also remember that we are looking at Asheville city limits, single family only. Again, super important to keep location and property demographics the same when you track differences. So we are looking at increases in the average price per house. So we do know, of course, that the years 19 to 20, and remember that I am looking at August over August stats at this time during this series, again, because I want to track similar periods of time. All right, so from August 19 to August 20, we had a 30% increase in the average price per house. That was a function of at least 3 things. So locally, coming into January of 2020, our market was on fire. We had a strong buyer demand, okay? And so when we came out of our national shutdown, the Federal Reserve set the funds rate extremely low, right? And that enabled banks to set the prime rate low. So remember that there was a point at which our mortgage rates were at 2.65%. That is remarkable. The Federal Reserve wanted to stimulate the entire economy by stimulating the housing market, and they did so. You remember that whole conversation about the V-shaped recovery? It was accomplished. So we had a 30% increase in the average price per house that year. It moderated to 13% increase in the average price per house from 20 to 21, and then this past year 21 to 22, that moderated again to 7.5% increase. So we can remarkably see from 30%, 13% to 7.5%, an extreme slowdown, but we are still seeing an increase of 7.5% in the average price per house. So here is where I want to take a little 10-year moment. So beginning in 2012, we were in the nadir of our Great Recession, right? But the buyer and seller activity had started to pick up just a little bit. But I can track years where the average price per house, popped up 4.5%, 5.5%. But here's the thing. It was a positive increase in the average price per house in Asheville every year except one, which was 18 to 19, when we had such a sluggish year that our average price per house went back 14%. So here's how I want to end with the answering the question, is the market slowing, by looking at the average price per house. When I take the increases and decreases over the last 10 years, here's where we are. We are on track to do an increase in the average price per house between 9 to 11% in Asheville year over year. That's a really great return on investment. So I'm not sure that we have quite answered the question yet, is the market slowing? I do see that we are seeing very interesting movement and statistics, and that portend that the market is going to continue to moderate in the favor of buyers. Have a great day. I hope you're doing super well and have something lovely to do this weekend. I am Pierrette Rouleau, and thank you again for the opportunity to come into your space.